Chapter 27. Okay, I think I made you guys squirm enough, wondering what's going to happen. Here's the last 4 chapters of Book 1. That's right. Book 1, I have ideas for a second Spyro saga written down, so if you really like the story, let me know if I should follow through on it. Enjoy. That's an order, not a request. Ah! Flame roared. The sound of his voice rattled the walls and echoed throughout the mountain range. Fiona shrieked and staggered away from the blistering heat. Her skin was already badly burned, but being in such close proximity to the raging fire dragon was too much for the drake to handle. Flame turned his head and leered at her. The drake felt her blood run turned to water. Flame's marks were smoking against his hide, and his once bright orange eyes had narrowed to cat-like slits. He was covered in the blood from the female dragon, and that made his appearance that much more horrifying. "You took away the only dragon I ever loved," he growled. Tears were trying to escape from his eyes, but burned away instantly. "I'll whip your heart out, and we'll see how much fun it is then!" Flame bellowed, and a wave of fire spread from his body. The drake put up a protective barrier of earth. The attempt at shooting herself did little to help. The stone burned against the drake's hands and shrieked in pain and fright. Flame's talons burned into the stone, and his body trembled, causing another wave of fire to erupt from his body. Spyro and Cinder were slammed against the far wall. Spyro pushed against the drake's grasp and slashed him across the face. Maximus snorted angrily and clutched at his nose. Cinder fired another phantom shot, and Maximus dodged. Spyro shot himself in fight and rammed Maximus in the chest. Maximus squalled in pain as he flew back and hit the wall. Immediately, he felt Cinder's venom burn into his back. He hollered again and fell to his knees, trying to get away from the burning that was seeping into his spine. Spyro and Cinder hovered in the air, waiting for him to make the next move. Both were battered and beaten, but not showing any signs of slowing down. Just then the cave shook, and they heard Flame's mournful cry echo through the caverns. "What was that?" Cinder asked nervously. "I'm not sure, but we better go see how Ember's doing." "Ember's here?" "You two aren't going anywhere!" Max was battling and fired a wave of fire from his hands. The two dragons' exit was frozen over, preventing their escape. "I'm not done until you two are dead." "They never know when to give up, do they?" Cinder shook her head sadly. She and Spyro both opened their jaws wide, blew their fire at him. Ember moaned. Her eyelids twitched. She felt warm and a tingle spread across her body. She could hear a roar coming from a distance. Just then a rush of heat hit her. The fire dragon opened her eyes and blinked several times. The roaring grew louder and the heat increased. Ember glanced down where the tingle was coming from to see her pendant was glowing. The heart was pulsing with a golden aura and spreading across her body like a golden blanket of light. After she had only been staring at it a second, the light faded away. Ember's stress was interrupted by another wave of heat. She wished her had to see Flame stand beside her. His bite was trembling furiously and his teeth were clenched tight. Across the room, Fiona was continuing to put up barriers of rock to protect herself from the heat. But each time she did, Flame would unleash another shockwave and destroy her last barrier of protection. "Flame!" Ember shouted, but he didn't hear her. "Flame!" She tried again. "Ember!" And Flame gasped as if he had been working for hours on end. "Help me! I can't stop!" "Yes, you can. I'm alright. You can stop now. Everything's gonna be fine." "It's not me!" Flame struggled to face her. "My body won't stop!" Ember looked down at the markings. They were nearly blinding. "Help me!" He pleaded and collapsed to the ground. Flame was down, but his body continued to generate power, and the waves of heat came more frequently. Ember shaded herself behind her wing. She reached out to touch Flame, but his mind sizzled when she got too close. Ember shrieked and jerked her paw back. Flame began to cry as his body began to tear itself apart. At last, Ember couldn't take it anymore and she lunged for Flame, striking at him, not sure what good it would do. She clawed at him with everything she had. Suddenly, one of the markings cracked. Ember struck it again and again until a fire orange light broke through. Flame's body seemed to crack like a broken vase, then shatter into millions of pieces. Ember stopped, horrified at what she had just seen. The temperature gradually began to die down, and daylight shined through the burned hole in the roof of the cavern. The light shone down on a limp figure on the floor. Ember took a cautious step towards it. "Flame?" she asked softly and leaned down over it. The fire breather coughed and looked up at her. "Hey, Ember. Long time no see," he said with a weak grin. "Oh, Flame, you big lug!" She bent down and nuzzled him as tears began to flow from her eyes again. Fiona watched with wide eyes as Ember did her best to help Flame to his feet. "This isn't happening," she hissed to herself. She clenched her fists tight and flame leaped from her knuckles. "This can't be happening!" she shouted. Both dragons turned in surprise. "No one gets rid of me!" No one! She lunged for Flame with her talons, bent on going for an instant kill. Amber jumped in front of Flame and delivered a blast of fire that instantly burned through the Drake. The two dragons flinched as the ash blew in their faces. God, what a possessive bitch! Amber shook her head and disgustedly looked at Flame. What the hell did you ever see in her? Flame stared at her with wide eyes, and it took him a minute to get himself composed. You know, I can honestly say I have no idea. Amber gave a slight chuckle and nuzzled him. Can we get out of here? It would be my pleasure. Amber smiled and gave him a kiss on the cheek. Then she remembered. Oh no! Spyro! Cinder! What? Flame gasped. Then the memory of Cinder being held inside her cell flashed into his mind. We have to help them. Come on! He shouted and darted down the corridor. Flame, wait! Amber called and she flew after him. It's okay, I know my way around here pretty well now. Flame called back over his shoulder. He banked hard down on another town and Amber did the same. When she reached the holding cells, he hadn't surprised the back wing causing Amber to run into him. What the hell? She whined. Her paws burned. We are cut off. Flame gasped in disbelief as he stared up at the pile of rocks blocking their way. Just then the mountain shook. What was that? It's probably Spyro, Amber exclaimed. You should take this time to get out of here. What? And leave him and Cinder behind? Flame, we probably don't have a lot of time left. Spyro said before, if he wants to back with Cinder in 10 minutes, then leave without him. I think we should do what he says. Flame fought with himself for a hard moment, then sighed. Alright, Amber, I trust you. Come on then. The pink dragon has turned and flew back up the stairwell. Spyro curved to a ball and slammed down on top of Maximus. The Drake snarled and swatted him into the wall. Spyro crumbled to the ground as Cinder took the chance to launch for the Drake. Maximus grabbed her out of midair and slammed his fist with her against the ground. Cinder did her best to stay conscious after the blow. Her eyes flashed red and let out a piercing shriek. Maximus' eyes widened and he began to tear his own head. Cinder got to her feet and shrieked again. The high-pitched noise cut through the Drake like a knife. His mouth rattled at the noise and blood seeped from his nose and ears. Maximus swung a fist and just missed Cinder with it. Spyro got to his feet and breathed fire at the Drake's feet. Maximus danced around trying to get away from the flames. When he realized that he couldn't, he began to stomp the flames out. Look out! Cinder warned Spyro as the ground began to crack. No sooner had she spoken than the floor gave way. Maximus leaped across the room hoping to grab a ledge on the wall. He missed his target but managed to break several boards free. Spyro! Cinder cried as the rocks tumbled towards him. Spyro tried to get into the air but the stone fell away from his feet. Spyro! Cinder wailed helplessly as she watched him fall into the darkness.